So today we're doing a let's take a little step back. We're doing a Cincinnati, can't use that, cut. So today we're doing a Cincinnati Reds rebuild, and I'm looking forward to this one. This is one of those teams that had a great off season, and it's kind of like a retool because they have a lot of good pieces, and I feel like there's just a couple new additions that need to be made to really make this team a World Series contender. So again, guys, if you are enjoying these rebuilds, you do want to see some more, I'm gonna set the goal high today. I want to see 1,000 likes on this video, and I'll upload tomorrow. That's right, I'm holding you hostage. You guys want to see an upload tomorrow? I want to see 1,000 likes, so let's hit that mark. So if you do enjoy that video, hit that like button down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, and hit that little bell icon to be notified whenever a video does go live. And in the comment section, I've been asking you a lot of questions, but today I want you to tell me, what's a good question for today? In the comment section today, I want you to tell me your favorite baseball uniform of all time. There's a lot of good ones out there. I kind of like those old Diamondback throwbacks, the pinstripes with the different color sleeve, the white with the black, the purple, the teal. Those are some of my favorite ones. So I want you to tell me your favorite baseball uniform of all time in the comment section, and I might do a little Google search, see which one you guys prefer. If you missed last video, there's a little image of it on screen. I'm also gonna leave a link to it in the top right hand corner. Go and give it a watch. It was a really good video, and I'm pretty sure MLB The Show broke me in that one. So if you want to see me lose my mind a little bit, go check out that video. Down in the description below are all my social media. We got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got Snapchat. I just started a TikTok, so if you guys want to see some clips from rebuilds or possibly stream clips in the future, go follow my TikTok down below. Also, my Twitch is down below. I didn't stream last night. I was a little tired. I'm thinking about doing a late night stream tonight, or maybe like an evening stream tonight. So if you guys want to, you know, hang out while we talk about MLB The Show, baseball, life, your favorite, I don't know, your favorite color, go follow the Twitch down below. So that's about it, guys. Let's hop into the rebuild. We're doing the Reds. I think it's gonna be a good one. So let's take a look at the team here. We got Sonny Gray, Luis Castillo, Trevor Bauer, Anthony Desclafani, Wade Miley. You look 1 through 5. That's a solid rotation. I'm pretty cool with that. Tyler Mahle, we got Jose De Leon, Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo. Is it Lodolo? Whatever. Well, we got some prospects coming up. We also have a pretty strong rotation as is, so not too many changes need to be made there. The bullpen I do want to strengthen a little bit more. We have Strop, Lorenzen, Bowman, we'll go Bauman, and then we have Stevenson, Amir Garrett. So the team's not bad. Like the bullpen, the closing pitcher in Raisel Iglesias. Pitching overall, not terrible. I just want to kind of upgrade it a little bit. You know, we're kind of at like a B. I want to bump it up to a B+, A- type situation. So there's that. Catcher, we have Tyler. Hold on. Tyler Stevenson's expected to be kind of decent. Let's bump up that potential just a little bit. We'll do like low 80s. All right, we won't go crazy, but that's something I got to remember when I, you know, update the roster. But outside of that, we definitely have a catcher situation that could be improved on. We'll see how quickly Tyler Stevenson improves, but for right now we have Barnhart and Casali. Definitely need to upgrade there. First base, Joey Votto, decreasing as a, he's past his prime, so he's not the same player. Derek Dietrich, kind of, hit or miss. You have Josh Van Meter, you have Nick Senzel at second, backing up Mike Moustakas, Eugenio Suarez, Freddie Galvis. Kind of the weakest part of the Reds lineup currently. Shortstop, we definitely need to upgrade that. Castellanos and Winker in left field, both of them very good outfielders. I think Winker's a little bit underrated. I'm not saying he's like the creme de la creme, but he's a decent little outfielder. You know, he's hitting around 270, 300. You know what? He's a little underrated, I would say. Shogo Akiyama in center field, the new addition from Japan. I was going to say Korea, but I didn't think that was right. So Japan, I think he's going to be a really good player in real life. I really do. I think he's going to be a really good one. So there's that. And then a real life, I mean, obviously he's performed well in Japan, but coming over to the majors, I definitely think Shogo Akiyama is going to be a solid player for the Reds. And then in right field, we have the Punisher, Aristides Aquino, who started off really hot and then just just fell into the deep end, just went ice cold. So hopefully we can see how he does in this one. And then you have Phillip Erving, who I think in real life deserves more innings, more time at the plate, because in his appearances he does pretty well. I just feel like he hasn't really been given the fair share of innings at bats. Just haven't been given a good chance. So we'll see what we can do with this crowded outfield. Shortstop's an area I definitely want to improve, but overall pretty happy with the team. So budget wise, a little tight. You know, Trevor Bauer, Joey Votto, Castellanos, Moustakas, Gray. A lot of money's being spent. We got to figure out a way to kind of work around that. But for now, the team's looking good. I might make a couple tweaks to it. I'll see you guys in a sec. This is the one trade I'm going to make, and it's going to be for a reliever. I looked at so many different options. I looked at, I don't even, we could have gone Carl or Martin, but I feel like we've used them recently. Presley, this guy Ryan Cook, for some reason is pretty solid. He's only usually good for like 1 or 2 seasons before he starts dropping into the low 70s though. And obviously I was trying to look at different players here and there, and I just didn't really know who to try to go after. I don't like trading within the division, so I don't want to do any trades with the Cubs, Brewers, Pirates, or Cardinals. So I was kind of looking around, seeing what I could do, trying to pick out some new relievers, and there really weren't any that stuck out to me that I was like, yeah, let's trade for them. So what we're gonna do is Ty Buttrey for Nate Jones, Freddie Galvis, and Alex Blandino. That's the only trade I'm gonna make. I want to let the lineup kind of do its thing, see how it goes, and we'll go from there. So this is the lineup. Here's the bullpen. Here's the pitching staff, and then here is the lineup. Like I've said 47 times already. I want Senzel to play shortstop. I'm gonna give him a shot there. I think it's a little interesting step that maybe the Reds could take in the future, but for now we're gonna rock with Senzel at short, see how it goes. If it doesn't do well, we'll actually get a proper shortstop, but I want to see how it works like this. So let's give it a shot. I might even let Aquino play right field over Irvin. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go with that. And this is the team. I like it. I think it's in a good spot. I think it's a spot where, like I said, it's a retool, not necessarily a rebuild. And then I'll see you guys at draft day once we figure out what prospects we can add to the squad. So draft is over. Let's take a look at 2 teams' picks because they might be on my radar to pick up later on in this rebuild. So the first one is Roger Mendez, 74 overall, 92 potential. I mean, looks really good. He is 18, so he might not develop in time. Like, just for some reason, like 18, 19, 20, they develop a little bit slower than once players hit in their 20s. But that's the first one, Roger Mendez. And the other one plays for the Orioles, and it was another pitcher actually who looked really good. Garrett Rocker, 93 potential, 74 overall, looks pretty solid already. So now let's go look at our picks. So our first pick was Kosuke Matsui. So not bad at 91 potential, 65 overall. I was hoping he would have been a little bit higher, but not a bad pick for our first one. Our second one was Ernesto Vasquez, starting pitcher, 74 overall, 87 potential. Really happy with this one. The next one was 81 potential, 71 overall, Israel Para. I think that was another good pickup for us, even though we do have a crowded outfield. And then the rest, we have a 79 potential for Davis Lynx and Anthony Arnez, which has 76 potential. So not a bad draft. The first 2 picks, actually the first 3 picks are pretty solid. So I'm pretty happy with the way that things went. All right, we're in September. Season's going pretty poorly. Really disappointed actually, because I thought we would have had, you know, like a league leading / division win, but no, 72 and 90. Pretty bad season. Very disappointed. We'll take a look at the standings. Yeah, we lost. We were 4th, like 27 games away, and we're the 8th ranked team in baseball. That's just not good enough. League leaders wise, Akiyama for triples, and it's looking like we're definitely going to have to kind of revamp this team. So maybe it is more of a rebuild rather than a retool. So we'll see how the team performed, what pitchers did well, what lineup, like players, outfield players did well, and we'll take a look. But like kind of looking at our league leading stats, I didn't really notice any of our players there. I'm not even noticing any pitchers in the mix for certain things. So that's not a good thing to see. Rookie of the year for Akiyama, as it usually does happen. But you guys can see the award winners, which kind of similar names that you would expect to see. And let's take a look at our team, because I have a feeling there were some interesting things that happened. So Stevenson, you know, we'll see. We'll give him another year, see how that goes. Michael Lorenzen had a great year. Low ERA, very low whip. Love to see that. Pitched 100 innings. Perfect. Amir Garrett did struggle a little bit, but hopefully he can have a bounce back year next year. Bowman was pretty solid. Or did I say I was going to say Bauman? I don't remember anymore. But he had a great year. Low ERA, low whip. Love to see it. Ty Buttrey, not as good as I would have hoped. But again, hopefully he can have a bounce back year next year. Pedro Strop, pretty solid. Probably a player I won't bring back though, just because he's going to start to decrease in rating as he does age. But I think we can, you know, find a suitable setup guy in free agency. And Raisel Iglesias has one more year on his contract. The whip is pretty high at 1.5. Like, that's really high. You normally want it to sit around 1.2, but you know what? I think we can, you know, ride it out for one more year as our closer. Oh boy, you know when you sit there and you're just like, oh, why? Just why? This is one of those scenarios. So a 5 ERA, a 1.5 whip, just, oh, that's not good. That's not good either. Trevor Bauer is our best pitcher so far. Desclafani was disappointing. Wade Miley was disappointing. Okay, so pitching just needs a complete overhaul. Like, that's just not good enough. And then looking at our bench, pretty underwhelming as well. Let's see our farm system, because we should have a couple names here that, you know what, I'm like, okay, maybe, but at the same time it's like, yeah, I'm not really interested in any of these players. And I'm going to do a little deep dive into Tyler Callahan here, see how he's actually doing in real life. So Shogo Akiyama, pretty solid season, I would say. 300 average, 22 home runs, 32 doubles as a leadoff guy. Gotta love it. Jesse Winker, like I said, is actually a player that, like, I kind of rate. Like, I think he's actually going to be decent. The OPS is around 800, had 20 home runs, 20 at-bats, or 20 doubles, I should say, and just under 500 at-bats. He might be a player, depending on how Aquino did, that I moved to right field, and we'll see how that goes. Joey Votto is going to continue to decrease. I think he's got, what, 2 more years on his contract? So we'll see. He might end up retiring anyways. Eugenio Suarez is a player that we really need to, like, just put up really good numbers. Like, that's just what we need. And you can see that he did that this season. Mike Moustakas is another player we need to perform, and he did quite well. Nicholas Castellanos, 21 home runs. I kind of want a little bit more, but we can work with that. Aquino, 7 home runs. I mean, I think we just got to rock with him in right field. I think that's our best bet. Nick Senzel, the hitting stats are getting better, so that should continue to improve as we go through this rebuild. But I think for now, let's just rock with him at shortstop. And Tucker Barnhart, yikes. We definitely need to look into potentially getting a new catcher. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, pretty disappointed with the way things went. We'll see who won the World Series. The Dodgers defeat the Athletics. And let's just keep moving forward, see what we can do with the team. And hopefully we can get some really good free agents. So the thing is, I'm so used to Trevor Bauer being so disappointing in rebuilds that I don't know if I want to. Let's just do something like this. We'll just leave it there. If he takes it, he takes it. If not, I'm not going to freak out. And I feel like we can spend the money somewhere else. So let's head into free agency. The 40-man. I don't know. Not really interested in any of those players. So if someone takes him in the Rule 5, I'm okay with that. But looking at arbitration, let's just offer it to everybody. Let's just keep the roster full. Contracts, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to offer it to everybody. Looking at the rest, yeah, I feel like everybody. Maybe not Mark Payton. But then when we take a look at our team, we definitely need to figure out this whole pitching situation. Wade Miley's a player that I'm most likely going to trade this year. We need a setup guy. And we just might make some trades to switch up the starting rotation. The lineup I was okay with. Maybe just a new catcher. But that would be something that I'd probably have to trade for. So looking at starting rotation, it might just be find somebody that's like okay to pick up. Maybe like an Alex Wood, bring him back to Cincinnati. Or, you know, make a trade. That might be our best bet as well. Just maybe make a trade and see what we can do. Catcher is going to have to be a trade unless we bring in Carlos Santana to play catcher for us, which, you know, not a terrible idea. But for now, I think we're doing okay with the lineup. Not too many changes need to be made. I'll see you guys at the start of season 2. Season 2, we made a couple changes, nothing too crazy. Let's take a look at the team. So we'll look at roster history. There was quite a few different things that happened. Obviously, we had the draft picks, and now I'm trying to look at all the free agents that I signed because I signed quite a few minor leaguers. So let's figure that out. Juan Nicasio, I did mention we brought in. I don't really know if he's going to be good. Probably not, but the hope's there. Corey Lee was available as a catcher. He's young, should develop, and I think it looks decent. Good fielding stats, good hitting stats. We'll see how he does there, and then that might be it. We'll take a look at the team. So you guys can see our starting rotation looks a lot stronger. I like it a lot. I think that's in a good spot. Our bullpen looks pretty solid as well. Players are developing. They're going to get better, and I feel like I'm happy with the way it looks, the way it performs. Completely different story. Lineup wise, this is what we're working with. Obviously, the change is going to be Corey Lee, which makes me want to trade one of these catchers that we have. We don't need like 47 catchers on the roster. On top of that, we have Tyler Stevenson, who's developing as well. I decided to lower Tyler Callahan's potential. He's number 7 in the Reds organization. I think it was number 7. Maybe he's in the top 10, but he wasn't one of the top 5. So I felt like A potential was a little high for him, especially when like there's players like Jonathan India who have lower potential than him, and he's ranked higher than Callahan. So even Tyler Stevenson, I think, was ranked higher than Callahan. So that's why I was like, we should probably up a couple players' potentials and lower Callahan's. But I'm interested to see if Stevenson's going to grow a little bit more. Jonathan India as well. We have Israel Parra, who we drafted. We also have a couple other players who could potentially grow. The more I look at it, I don't see them there. I think it's mostly just Matsui, India, Stevenson, Parra. There's Callahan as well. And then for the future, I'm looking for a first baseman. Joey Votto's going to probably be low 70s after this season, which is going to be rough. And then catcher's still kind of an area I want to improve. So I might look for a catcher right now. Let's see if we can find one. I did a little looking. I'm not really interested in any of the catching options that we can trade for without giving up a big prospect. I'm going to leave it. This is a team for season 2. Not many changes. But again, like I said, I'm approaching this more as a retool rather than a rebuild. But if things don't go according to plan this season, I'm going to blow up the squad. I'm changing first base. Probably is going to be an area I look to improve. We'll see how the outfield performs. Catcher is definitely an area I'm looking to improve. And then this who knows what's going to happen with this. This is whatever happens, and then we're just going to have to react accordingly. So season 2, let's see how it goes. Alrighty, so we already have more wins than we did last year, which is a huge step. But obviously, we had a horrible year last year, so it's an improvement. Like, I would assume an improvement's going to happen. But looking at September, we're at 84, 85 wins. Hopefully, it's good enough to get us into the postseason, which 95 should. Yeah, we're a wild card team taking on the Rockies. Okay, and let's go see how this went. Standings wise, we were second. We're 9th in baseball, but we were second in the division, 9 games back. Looking at league leaders, Pablo Lopez had the most shutouts. So we'll take a look, see if any of our names pop up. So far, I'm not noticing any, which is a little bit of a worry, offensively at least. Like, no home runs. I didn't see RBI leaders. So that's kind of something I'm like, yikes, that's not good. We had 2 of the top wins for pitchers. We actually tied for first with 2 of our pitchers. That's great to see. I love seeing that. But then when we take a look at like saves and stuff, I actually didn't even look at. Let's see. Raisel Iglesias is up there. That's good. ERA. We have 2 of the top guys as well. Pablo Lopez better have won Cy Young with the stats that I'm seeing that he put up. Gold Glove for Akiyama. Who won Cy Young that had a better year than Pablo Lopez? Okay, Walker Buehler. Fair enough. Fair enough. Walker Buehler. And looking at the rest of the awards, you guys can see here. Okay. So let's take a look. It looks like Pablo Lopez was a great pickup. Luis Castillo's putting up Cy Young numbers as well. I mean, that's a huge improvement over last year. Huge. Halved his ERA. The whip went down by 0.4. Great. Trevor Bauer still putting up good numbers. And like I said, I'm normally not a fan of Trevor Bauer in franchise, but he's performing quite well. Sonny Gray had a great season. When you look at Pablo Lopez, those are absolutely insane numbers. Almost 200 strikeouts, an ERA under 2, a whip at just above a 1, 218 innings pitched. Yes, that is a great trade for us. And Corbin Martin, like I mentioned, he's going to be your 4 or 5 in the lineup. He's still developing. I will definitely take that as, you know, your 5 in the lineup for your starting rotation. Solid. Robert Stevenson, a holy cow, fantastic season. He did pitch less innings. He did feature in less games. But if he's going to put up numbers like that when he does pitch, I'm cool with it. Juan Nicasio, you know what? Exceeded my expectations. I'm perfectly fine with that. 115 strikeouts and 99 innings. That's solid. Ty Buttrey, there we go. That's why I traded for him. Really good numbers. 100 strikeouts and 81 innings pitched. A 2.64 ERA and a sub-1 whip. We got Amir Garrett. Still struggling a little bit, but improvements. The whip dropped. The ERA dropped. Strikeout numbers went up in less innings. That's good to see. Matt Bowman. Okay. All right. Still really solid. Very comparable to what he did last year. Michael Lorenzen, not really a setup guy, so we might take him out of that role. But a little rough of a season, little rough season, especially with the way he performed last year. And then we look at closers. Raisel Iglesias was phenomenal. Yeah, he blew 7 saves, but still low ERA, low whip, high strikeout numbers. Perfect. So the pitching staff, very happy with it. Lineup wise, let's take a look at our bench. It was all right. Phillip Erving was not bad. He kind of was like a platoon option in outfield with Winker and Aquino, so not bad. Akiyama, quiet, you know, had like a quiet year. Definitely had a step back from what he did last year, but the home runs, the doubles are almost the same. It's just like the average on base percentage and stuff dipped a little bit. Joey Votto, he actually held his rating. I'm actually impressed. Had a little bit of a power surge too. Okay. Eugenio Suarez, 30 home runs, 91 RBIs, 35 doubles. Really similar year to last year. Mike Moustakas, really similar year to last year, almost identical if you're looking at the stats. And then Jesse Winker hit 271. Again, another player who had an almost identical year to what he did last year. Castellanos. The average OPS and everything went up, but the home run numbers did dip. He went back to being a doubles machine. Aquino, 80 overall, definitely going to be our right fielder, I think, just going forward. Even though like the average and whatnot's not good, but let's just give him a shot. Let's just make him the everyday right fielder going forward. Corey Lee, not terrible. Maybe we just run with him at catcher and just let him develop and see how that goes. And then Senzel at short. Like the numbers aren't bad, but I definitely want better run production. Like that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for really good batters when I'm doing sim style franchise. It's a completely different approach than if I was just doing like a normal franchise. So looking at our farm system, Matsui's up to a 70, India's up to a 70, we got Stevenson up to a 68, Callahan's a 78, Parra's still a 71. Okay, we'll take a look at some of our pitching prospects as well. Finnegan's a 72, Stevens is a 70. Who else? Anybody else here? Sal Romano, 72. Okay. And then Ernesto Vasquez, 78 already. Green is a 74 and Lodolo's a 72. Okay. I like that. So far so good. Let's get our wild card game going, as I almost did skip it. And since this is season 2, I will sim it. I have faith in the team. We won. Perfect. So we're taking on the Dodgers now. And obviously I want Luis Castillo to pitch at some point this series. So we'll go like that. And we should be good to go heading into this series against the Dodgers. Bueller, Trevor Bauer. We got the win, 9-3. Next game, 7-2. We swept the Dodgers. Okay. And that lines us up in a pretty good spot. So Pablo Lopez is about to pitch. So that means Castillo just pitched. So what I'll do is I'll put him there because we had a few days rest. We'll go like this. I like it. We're in a good spot. So Pablo Lopez versus Zach Wheeler. We take our first loss. That's a little tough. And the second game we lost. We did get a win there and a win there. We're back on track with the wins. We're in the World Series. We had a complete turnaround this year. And I'm going to get my starting staff all good to go. Whew. Let's see how it goes. World Series in season 2. And 1-1. 2-1, 2-2. Could we lose it here? We got to play this one. This is the World Series. Like, we can't turn away this. Luis Castillo is going to take the mound. It looks like our pitchers have been starting to get roughed up a little bit. So hopefully we can give them some run insurance early on. So looking at the Indians lineup, Danny Santana's new, Matt Wieters, but outside of that, looks like a pretty standard Indians lineup. So it's a strong lineup. Their pitching staff actually looks really good. I was looking at some of their starting pitchers because I was thinking of trying to acquire one. So we still might have to go and attack their starting rotation, see if we can get a player from them. We do have a 1-0 lead, but I don't feel safe with that. I want more. I really do. Aquino 3-run home run, perfect. That is exactly what that was what was needed. We needed to add some more. We're starting to get more run production here. There we are. Castillo's pitching really well. We'll maybe save some of the bullpen. Maybe they're a little tired. Castillo's might close it out. You think we can do that? Ooh, there's his first run allowed. We're gonna take him out here. He's gassed. We're gonna turn to Buttry, and he shuts the door, and we're still alive. Game 7 of the World Series. Can we win it? That would be big. That would be really big. So here we go. Trevor Bauer. Man, our pitching staff really was getting knocked around this postseason. So here we go against Shane Bieber. This is a good matchup. Can Trevor Bauer get revenge against the Indians? So far, pretty even. Still early on in the game, and I feel like we need to get the bats going. That's what we need, because if we stay quiet throughout the whole game, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So it's not looking great. Oh no, sac fly, 1-run game still. That's still manageable. Joey Votto's doing great on the base or in the plate, but outside of him, it's pretty quiet. I mean, single. We're gonna take him out here. We're gonna go to Bowman. He gets out of it. We got to get the bats going. We're just not doing anything. And can Garrett get us out of this? Double play. It comes down to this inning, and that's the World Series. Oh, ooh, that's tough. That's tough. But I missed who was playoff MVP because I skipped it. But at least we made the World Series. That's a step in the right direction. And I'll have to look who won in the next season, or I'll just pretend like we didn't win an award there. So Juan Nicasio was good. His options $2.5 million. I'll pick it up. Michael Lorenzen. I'm going to give you one more shot, bud. Let's see how you do. I'll bump you up a little bit. Hopefully you take that. Tucker Barnhart, I'm going to let walk because we have Corey Lee now. And Raisel Iglesias was really solid. So I'm going to do my patented club option. We'll bump them up a little bit, and that should be okay. So I know we're kind of keeping the same players on the squad, but I feel like that's something that worked. Why change it? Looking at our 40-man, there are a couple players I do want to keep, so I got to remember to do that. And then looking at arbitration, I think everybody. I definitely think everybody will get it. And then looking at not free agents, but contracts, I feel like everybody's going to get a contract as well. The thing is, there are some free agents that are like, we do have some shortstop of available options that are available at shortstop. That's the correct way to phrase that sentence, but it's going to cost a lot of money. We still have quite a few big contracts on the books. So if we were to sign a big name free agent, we would be basically wiped out budget wise, and we'd have to kind of work around that going forward in the rebuild. Is it worth doing that? I kind of think it is to go crazy with Lindor. We just had Correa, so I kind of want to back off him. Baez going to the Reds is kind of like, So I might trade for a shortstop, but I feel like shortstop's an area we definitely need to start looking to improve, because Senzel's good, but he's not great. So we'll see, and I'll see you guys at the start of season 3. Season 3 is starting with us acquiring a reliever, and to be honest, probably one of the only moves we do, because I don't really know what else to do with the squad. We're gonna acquire Scott Barlow of the Royals. Had a good year last year. The year before that kind of got rocked up, so hopefully he can continue this and not this. His attributes look pretty solid, so I'm assuming that he would be a good option for us. Looking at our reliever that we're getting rid of, like, Lorenzen has really good stats. It's just he's so hit or miss, and I feel like At this point, we kind of need to have players that we can trust, and I feel like we just kind of need to, I don't know. Basically, I want to try a different bullpen arm, see if that works out for us. Now that I traded him, he's probably going to throw like a 0.8 ERA with a 0.6 whip and just win reliever of the year and everything like that, but we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. So Amir Garrett's the lefty in the bullpen. I'm going to give him, this is his last year. If it doesn't work out, we're going to trade him. And then when you look at the rest of our pitching staff, I was really happy with the way that performed. So I feel like we're going to rock with that. When we look at the lineup, I'm content with it for now. Joey Votto's contract does expire, so I'd be looking to obviously replace him after this year. I figured let's just let his contract run out. Mike Moustakas is another player I'm unsure about because he is slowly starting to decrease in rating. He is putting up crazy good numbers still though, so that's why I'm still like, hey, let's keep him in the lineup. But if he does start to drop off, if his numbers just kind of start to fall, it might be a player I look to replace. Maybe move Senzel back to second, and then we get a true shortstop. When we look at the rest, I like the team. We're still putting up like 20 plus home runs in a lot of these positions, so that's why I'm not freaking out. And I mean, I guess we could go for a new catcher, but I mean, he's 80 overall. I feel like he's just only going to get better. I brought in Aledmys Diaz as a backup option, but we also do have a couple young players who could sneak into lineups next year, so that's why I'm like kind of like holding off. When we take a look at our budget, Votto becomes a free agent, Sonny Gray becomes a free agent, so that's two areas we would have to look to replace. But outside of that, I think we're kind of set. Like I said, it all just depends on how players perform. If they don't do well, then we're definitely going to have to get rid of them and start to look in different areas for replacements. You know, like, are their starters going to do well? Are our bullpen arms going to do well? Or are we just going to have a complete fail there? And then obviously first base is an area I'm definitely going to have to replace. And then it all depends who else does poorly, because season 3 is kind of like that make or break year. We lost in the World Series last year. If we don't go back this year, we definitely have to do it in year 4. So we're gonna have to make a lot of crazy changes. So just that bullpen arm, and let's see how season 3 plays out. All right, it looks like another playoff appearance is going to happen for us. We're already in the 85 win mark area, the mid 80s, so things are looking pretty good as we go on a little bit of a losing streak, but it looks like we're going to end the year on a little bit of a winning streak. 98-64, won the division, taking on the Phillies. Gotta love it. So would you like to stop? Yes, I've done that how many times, and I still had to pause to double check it. So we won the division by 4 games. We're 10th in baseball. We got to pick that up. Like, it just doesn't look good. Just doesn't look good, that little ranking circle. It looks pretty bad. So we'll take a look at our league leaders. Pablo Lopez with whip. He looks like just a regular season warrior, where he's so good in the regular season and then gets roughed up a little bit during the postseason. That's the word I was looking for. You got Yon Moncada performing really well during the season. I know a lot of you guys were loving the way I pronounced that name, so we're gonna keep it going. And let's just see the rest of the league leaders. Yordan Alvarez is up there. I saw Akiyama was at the top for runs. Not the most exciting stat, but okay, I'll take it. It's at least a league, like, you know, towards the top of a league leading stat. Looking at pitching, you got Trevor Bauer. That's the only pitcher I see there. Like, low amount of losses and wins. That's what I like. Or high amount of wins, but low amount of losses. That's what I want to see. Pablo Lopez, again, with the low ERA. So it's looking like he might be in the mix for Cy Young, even though he didn't win it. Alvarez and Bellinger are your MVPs. Cy Young, Nola, batting title. Osuna and Yates were reliever of the year. Andrew Vaughn and Patrick Mazeika were your rookie of the years. So let's take a look at how the team did. Stevenson, again, very good. It looks like we got that long reliever locked up. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Scott Barlow was fantastic. Yes, love it. Low whip, low ERA. 88 innings pitched, 107 strikeouts. Oof, perfect. Juan Nicasio wasn't as good as last year. I'm just going to let him walk in free agency. That's okay. Amir Garrett, those are the numbers that I like to see. 287, a low whip, 94 strikeouts. Perfect. Matt Bowman kind of struggled. Could look to go in a different direction for bullpen options. Ty Buttrey struggled as well. And then, well, let's take a look at his numbers. His whip was 1.3. Last year was under 1. So maybe the following year he'll kind of keep with the pattern and he'll do a 2 ERA. I don't know. And then Raisel Iglesias has been fantastic for us. Just absolutely fantastic. I love it. I need a good closer. We got one. There we go. Luis Castillo's being the ace that he is meant to be. Fantastic year. Trevor Bauer still performing quite well. I think I have one more year on the contract. Perfect. Sonny Gray, I want to bring him back, but I feel like we kind of need to change up the rotation a little bit. Just get a fresh face in, change it up. Pablo Lopez, another outstanding year. Holy cow. That's just insane. And then when you look at Corbin Martin, those are good numbers too. I like to see that. That's fantastic. The starting rotation has been amazing. Looking at our lineup now, we have our bench bats being, you know, okay, nothing crazy. Akiyama's still hitting close to 300. 32 home runs, 40 doubles. Fantastic season. A little bit of a power surge there too. Joey Votto, he's starting to decrease, and I think his time with the Reds has come to a close. Eugenio Suarez, okay, 45 home runs with 103 RBIs. Talk about smashing the ball. Nice little pickup from his 30 last year. Yeah, I like that. Mike Moustakas, 280. He's still putting up crazy good numbers with 39 home runs too. Jesse Winker, 9 home runs. A little bit of a down. Little down. Little down? What is wrong? Like, I promise you guys, I speak English, but little down. What is wrong with me? Those numbers are a little lower than I'd like to see. Nicholas Castellanos, 26 home runs. It's all right. Definitely would like to see them be better, and I feel like he's been a little underwhelming throughout this whole rebuild. Aristides Aquino, 24 home runs, career high. I'll take that. Not bad. Average is a little low, but RBIs, doubles, they're going up. Good to see. Senzel, yeah, I think it's just time to get a new shortstop. Like, just get a true shortstop. That's the move. And Corey Lee, maybe get a new catcher too. Like, his numbers aren't terrible. It's just, I feel like we could get someone that's like just top of the line. So first base, shortstop, possibly a catcher as well. Unless one of these guys just is absolutely insane. I don't know. I might trade him. He's gonna have some good trade value. Might as well use him as a trade piece since we still have Moustakas at second. Para, it's not looking like he's really gonna do much at that MLB level just yet. His hitting stats are a little low. India, you know what? He might be a bench bat next year for us. We got Matsui, and then anybody else down here. We'll see. We'll see. I'm more worried about this. Is he MLB ready? Like, he looks great. Like, both of these guys look great. I don't know if either of them fit in the lineup though. Maybe just move Pablo Lopez to 3, Corbin to 4, and then let Ernesto Vasquez be the guy that takes over for the 5 spot. We'll see. I'll think about it. I'm gonna have to mull my options over. So here we go. Postseason time, taking on the Phillies and facing elimination. Not good. So here we go. Let's keep moving forward. Who did I just pick? Corbin Martin? No, we're gonna go Luis Castillo, and hopefully this plays out for us. So man, had those 2 runners on, and then Lindor. Okay, I saw Michael Brantley as well. They also had Starling Marte. So Suarez with the grand salami. That's what I'm talking about. It is a 5-1 ball game. And as long as things hold, Luis Castillo starts pitching like Luis Castillo does, gets that nasty changeup to just fall off the table, I think we're going to be in a good spot. So let's hope he can get like 6 innings for us. That'd be great. So far he's gotten through 5. We've already gotten to their bullpen. We're gonna go to the bullpen. We're gonna go to the bullpen. Stevenson gets us out of that. Let's just keep moving forward. Stevenson gets us 2 innings. Perfect. Come on, let's at least get to the pitcher spot. We did. Perfect. Pinch hit. We're going to bring in Winker. Walks. Akiyama brings in a run. There we go. All right. 8th inning. Let's go to our setup man, Barlow. There we go. We still had the lead, and things are looking good. We're going to go to our closer, Rizal. He goes 1, 2, 3. Boom. We moved on to the next round of the playoffs. Luis Castillo cannot pitch. He's going to be absolutely tired. So we'll bump him down to this spot. To be honest, yes, we'll do that. That's tough though, because Pablo Lopez is nasty. So let's move. We get the win. We get a loss. And another one. No elimination. We're not done yet. We're going to the World Series. We're taking on the divisional rivals, the Cubs, my favorite team. We're gonna put Sonny Gray, Trevor Bauer. Our whole pitching staff has done pretty well. We'll go Trevor Bauer. That way we have Pablo Lopez if we do go to a decisive game. They have Mookie Betts. Come on. What is that team? So we got to get to him. It's Max Scherzer. He's got to be aging at this point where he's fallen off and is not as good anymore. Trevor Bauer, dude. Trevor Bauer, man. Come on. Joey Votto gets us on the board, but we're in a bad spot. We're a game away from elimination, and Trevor Bauer's like, yeah, let me let them put up a 6th spot on us real quick. Like, come on. What is that? So we're out of the inning. He gets us 6 innings. Moustakas gets us within 4, but it's just not looking great. Not looking great. We really need the offense to pick it up. 1st and 3rd, we're going to pinch hit. We're going to go to Jesse Winker. Sack fly. I'll take it. At least gets the run in. Joey Votto, swing the bat. Runner in scoring position. Suarez grounds out. Come on. Let's go. They got a couple lefties coming up, so I'll bring in Amir Garrett. He gets us out of it. We have 2 innings left to keep this series alive. Castellanos brings us within 2. That's tough. That's tough for sure. All right. It comes down to this. Corey Lee gets out. We're going to pinch hit. We're going to go Van Meter. He gets on. Do we have anybody who's got some speed? I think Irvin a little bit. Not really. I feel like it's not really worth it. Akiyama walks 1st and 2nd for Votto. Bases loaded for Suarez. I'm talking about a grand slam. Walk it off. End the game. At least 1 run came in. Moustakas brings in the tying run. Castellanos, I need you here. Yes. 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 We're still alive somehow. I don't know how, but we did it. What a comeback in the 9th right there. And that's what I'm talking about. We got Pablo Lopez taking over for this game. We're going to put it in his hands and show us why he deserves a Cy Young. Or Sonny Gray. Ooh. Let's go Sonny Gray. Let's go Sonny Gray. I was going to give it to Pablo Lopez, but I feel like it's not the best start. But you know what? That's a good start. Eugenio Suarez gives us a 2-run. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. It's back to even. Man, this is back and forth. I don't like this. Let's just get the lead and let's hold it. Double play ends the inning there. 1-run scores and they're back on top. So we're going to need to do something. We're going to have to, get the bats going again. And we're going to take him out here. We're going to bring in the lefty Garrett. 1-run scores and they're up 2. Why? Why does MLB The Show continue to do this to me? All right. I'm feeling it. Not this inning, but next inning. Next inning is ours 100%. I don't really want Amir Garrett pitching right now because it's in a tough spot. And Juan Nicasio just was like, you know what? Game over, bud. Like, holy cow. Probably not the best option to go there, but like... Okay. Not okay. Double play. And then boat. Yeah, that's the good games. That's the shake the hand, it's over situation, unless we have a crazy 9th once again, which don't get my hopes up like this. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we're looking good. We're gonna come back. I mean, like, if he hits a home run here, I'm gonna get hyped for no reason. That's tough. That's really tough. So we're gonna sim to the offseason. We got 1 more year to do it. It was a Chicago World Series. The White Sox defeated the Cubs, and I feel like we're set. We're gonna spend some cash. Looking at exclusive negotiations, I'm gonna pick up this option for Rizal. He was fantastic. I'm gonna let him walk. I'm gonna let Nicasio, Casali, and Votto. As much as it sucks to see Votto go, I'm gonna let Sonny Gray go. Yes, I'm going to let Sonny Gray go. That was way too long of a think for that. Let's move forward. 40-man, couple players, but I'm more focused on the MLB roster right now. We're going to give it to everybody here. I'm going to make a couple trades as well. I just don't know for what yet. I might have to end up getting a first baseman. We're going to bring everybody back, and then let's take a look at free agency, see what's available. We don't really need a right fielder. I mean, we could go after one of these crazy starting pitchers, but we do have like Ernesto Vasquez, Hunter Green coming up. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to splash stupid money on a starting pitcher right now. Bullpen, we definitely need to invest some money there. And then first base, Josh Bell, Max Muncy, Miguel Sano. I'd be down for Josh Bell. Max Muncy, we could move Moustakas to second, and then, or from second to first, move Jose Ramirez to second. That could be something that we do. I do want to get a true shortstop. Trey Turner's a possibility. That gives us another leadoff type hitter, good hitter. Tim Anderson wouldn't be bad. We could also trade for one. That's a possibility as well. Ketel Marte could move to second for us, since he did play quite a bit of second base last year, as well as I'm expecting him to play a lot of second base in real life since they brought in Starling Marte. Joey Gallo could play first for us. Trey Mancini could play first for us. So there's definitely options. I'll see you guys for the final season. We're winning a World Series. Final season. Final season. And I'm looking for a shortstop. That was an area I was looking to improve the most this offseason. I looked at Tim Anderson. Obviously, I looked at Trey Turner. And I was like, you know what? I feel like we could go somewhere different. Somewhere that's a little, you know, an area we haven't tried before. I looked at Willy Adames. I think that's the one I'm going to go for. You know, I definitely could go for players like Jorge Polanco, who we normally get. Maybe someone different, a little bit different, who we haven't gotten in a while, like Mondesi. It's definitely a possibility as well. We could go out and get, you know, try to acquire Bo Bichette. We could try to get Wander Franco. We could try to get Glaber, but that would require one of our top prospects. And so I looked around the rest of the options, like O'Neal Cruz kind of piqued my interest a little bit, and I was like, maybe we could do that. I looked at Ahmed Rosario, and I looked at a couple other options, and I was like, you know what? Willy Adames or Adalberto Mondesi. And I was like, you know what? Willy Adames. Let's go Willy Adames for Blake Tryon, Phillip Erving, and Tyler Callahan. So that's going to be the move. That's our shortstop acquired. When we look at the lineup, we are in... What are we in right now? We are in spring training. So the lineup does have a few extra bats. I'm kind of looking at acquiring a right fielder. Aquino's good, but he's more of like a bench option, you know? And I feel like getting a really good right fielder would be good, because we have Castellanos, and like Winker really hasn't taken off like I would have hoped. You know, Moustakas is going to play first, Senzel's going to play second. And I feel like if we got a really good right fielder, I feel like we'd be in a good spot. And I feel like that's kind of the move to go for. I feel like that's the right move. When you look at our starting rotation, this is what we're looking like. Our bullpen's a little packed right now, so let me just go to the regular season. I'll show you what the roster's looking like. So this is our pitching rotation, right? It looks solid. Really, really, really good. You look at our bullpen, again, really solid. Stevenson, Barlow, Iglesias is our closer, not Taylor Rogers. Taylor Rogers is going to be our setup guy. We got Amir Garrett, Alex Claudio, Taylor Rogers. Quite a few lefties now that I'm looking at it, but we're going to rock with it because I felt like those were some of the best options that we had in the bullpen, especially in free agency. Our bench looks decent. You know, Stevenson, Van Meter, Diaz, and India. We do have like Matsui, who looks actually like he's going to be really, really, really good. He's just not ready yet. As well as Israel Para. He looks like he's going to be good as well. But again, just not ready yet. And then you look at Akiyama. You got Adames, Suarez, Moustakas, Winker, Castellanos, Aquino, Senzel, and Corey Lee. Realistically, Winker's kind of the oddball out, but he's more of like a platoon option for us. So I guess... Ooh, whoa. Versus lefties. Huh. So we need someone that hits lefties really well. Otherwise, we just kind of go back to what we had and just let Winker hop in. But like I'm saying, maybe we trade for a really good right fielder, a really good left fielder, and just go from there. But even that, I mean, the team looks so good. I don't really want to change it. I feel like the moves that we made are definitely worth it. We're second ranked. I feel like we definitely made the right moves. You know, that Willy Adames change helps us out. Obviously, Moustakas is still at first. Jesse Winker, I guess, is kind of an eyesore since he's the only one that's not 80 rated. You know what? Let's go for a crazy outfielder. I'm feeling it. And I feel like we have the budget to make it work. Ooh, we're kind of tight, actually. Maybe that's not the move. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. We're gonna leave it. I'm thinking about it way too much. I feel like when I overthink things and I go a little crazy with it, like that's when I start making my mistakes. So let's not overthink it. Let's go with the roster we have right now. Let's finish off this year. I'll see you guys at the end of it. All right, let's finish off the season. Almost 100 wins were had this year. 99-63, won the division, taking on the Diamondbacks. Okay. All right, so we won the division by 11 games. We're 4th in baseball. Pitching and power, we're up there. So let's take a look at some of these league leading stats. Jesse Winker with batting average. There we go. We finally get production out of Jesse Winker. Raimel Tapia had the most hits in baseball. Okay. Doubles is up there for a couple players. No triples. What about home runs? I see Suarez, Aquino, and Winker. So I love to see that. A couple players were involved there. A couple players for runs, RBIs, stolen bases. I doubt. Oh, Akiyama with 18. Okay. And then when we look at the rest, I'm kind of interested to see wins and losses. I see Trevor Bauer, Castillo, Ernesto Vasquez. Possible rookie of the year for our rookie, which I guess that makes sense, huh? Close or saves, Raisel Iglesias. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I saw quite a few of our players in, the top leaderboards there. So Jesse Winker, Silver Slugger. Rookie of the year went to our pitcher, Ernesto Vasquez, and then a gold glove for Akiyama. Perfect. Rhys Hoskins won MVP, and then Carlos Correa did for the AL. When you look at Cy Young, it was Michael Fulmer and Aaron Nola. Batting title, Winker and JP Crawford. Lorenzen, of course, I said it. He was going to leave, and he was going to do amazing. And, of course, it happens. Giovanni Gallegos. Rookie of the year was Ernesto Vasquez and Brett Beatty. I always forget how to say his name. Let's take a look at our bullpen. Stevenson, kind of had what? One bad year, which was the first season. Outside of that, he was fantastic. Scott Barlow. All right. You look at Ty Buttrey, had a good year. Amir Garrett struggled a little bit. Alex Claudio, kind of what he was doing the last couple seasons. So I'm okay with that. Taylor Rogers was fantastic in the setup role. 40 holds, 4 blown saves, but 55 strikeouts in 53 innings. Low whip, low ERA. And then when you look at Raisel Iglesias, it looks like he's had his first poor season. And even then, he only blew 4 saves. So I'm okay with that. You look at Luis Castillo, he's still putting up very, very, very good numbers. Love to see it. Trevor Bauer, throughout this rebuild, surprised me. Had his best season yet. And to be honest, I was not expecting that from him throughout this whole thing. Pablo Lopez had his most quiet season. And even looking at his numbers, yeah, he didn't pitch 200 innings. Yeah, his ERA went up, and yeah, the whip went up, but it still was a very good year. So I'm not hating on that at all. Corbin Martin, still kind of sitting around that 4 or 5 in the starting rotation, but you know what? He's still putting up good numbers. The whip's sitting around a mid to high 2, 1.2. ERA sitting around a 4, but still good numbers. And Ernesto Vasquez, rookie of the year numbers. I mean, not bad at all. So I'm pretty happy with the way the pitching staff kind of went throughout this whole rebuild. Yeah, the first season was kind of rough, but after that it went pretty well. Why do we have a 58 in our team? What is that nonsense that we have a 58 on our bench? Akiyama was fantastic throughout this entire thing. Yeah, the power numbers were never like truly there, but still 20 home runs is a good amount. He's still getting on base at an elite level. Willy Adames, 28 home runs, almost a 300 average. He is definitely the shortstop for the future if we were to run with this rebuild. Eugenio Suarez is another player I would want to keep around. Yeah, he's only got 1 more year on his contract. I would try to extend it maybe another two seasons, but just crazy elite numbers, crazy amount of home runs. Mike Moustakas, I'd probably let walk. I'd probably go a different direction at like second or first base with the team. Save yourself some money and use it to spend somewhere else. Jesse Winker, 36 home runs, a 350 average, a 1053 OPS. I'm talking crazy numbers for Jesse Winker. Low-key a beast. I'm telling you guys. Yes, he becomes a free agent this year. I would definitely bring him back. I definitely would do that. Nicholas Castellanos, in his contract year, decided to put up some good numbers, but I feel like throughout this rebuild, pretty disappointing. Becomes a free agent. Do you stick with Winker, let Aquino stay in right, and just rock with those 2 corner outfielders with Akiyama in center? I feel like Aquino's putting up better numbers than what Castellanos was doing, or similar numbers the last 2 seasons, so it's not bad. Senzel, Still waiting for him to kind of have a breakout season. You know, do you trade him? Do you look to get somebody else at second base? And Corey Lee putting up 22 home runs. I'll take that for a catcher, for sure. For a catcher, any day. You got Matsui, who can play first base. I would let him play first base, let Moustakas walk. You got Feliciano, who's coming up as a catcher. You have Israel Parra, who's coming up as a corner outfielder, who looks like he definitely could help out with the team. So really solid there. You look at the pitching, you got Lindolo, you got Green, so you definitely have some pitching options coming up through the ranks as well. I think this team's in a really good spot, so let's take a look and see how we do. Final postseason, can we do it? All right, so far so good. As much as I want Ernesto to get some good postseason action this year, I'm gonna hold off for now. So let's see how it goes. Phillies. Okay, the Phillies aren't messing around. They are on the verge of sweeping us. What is this nonsense? Where is our team? I'm gonna throw them to the Wolves. Make or break. We're going against the Phillies. Ernesto Vasquez is gonna come in and he's gonna show why he's Rookie of the Year. Mike Moustakas gets us on the board, and let's see how it goes. So far so good. It gets out of the inning. There we go. I'm hyped about Ernesto Vasquez coming in and just shutting the door, doing his thing. We need runs though. One run is just not good enough. We need more. We need more for sure. This is the inning. No, okay. Come on. Just give me 7. Get out of it. There it is. He's done. We're taking him out. We're going to be smart about this. We're going to pinch hit. We're going to bring in, I guess, Van Meter. Okay, he gets on. Okay, I like this lineup that the CPU completely changed on me because I never had Castellanos at first. But okay, whatever, it works. How are we gonna do there? Didn't get what I wanted. We're gonna go to Rogers. Yes, perfect. Let's get a run here. I want to run. Just kidding. I don't want to run. Rizal, I need you to be like top of your game, dude. Perfect. Look at that. Ernesto Vasquez, 7 shutout innings. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Talk about clutch. Talk about ice in your veins as a rookie in a elimination game. You come in and just shut the door like that. Ooh, that's top-notch stuff right there. That's what I like to see. Going against Zach Eflin, I definitely think we should win this game. We have the offensive ability to do it. Their team is stacked. Harper, Kingery, Lindor, Hoskins, Contreras, Baum, Teoscar Hernandez, Nick Williams. Like that, the team's good. 3 runs scored there. Ooh, this might be the game. This might end it for us. Maybe not. Castellanos gets us back on the board. I'm feeling it now. I'm getting hyped. Here it is. Moustakas. Something. Just no. No. Stop that. Stop that right now. That's 1 back. Do we take him out? We are limited in appearances at the plate, so as much as it does pain me to do that, we're gonna take him out, and then we're gonna go to a couple lefties are coming up, so let's throw in the lefty here, and then we'll take him out. We'll go to the righty. Barlow shuts the door. All right, top of the lineup, and nothing happened whatsoever. Bases are loaded. Like, come on. Like, why? Just why? Why you got to do this to us? We'll take him out. We'll just bring in Buttrey, and hopefully it goes 1, 2, 3. He does. It comes down to this against Victor Arano. Senzel, okay. Akiyama, no. Adames gets on base. Suarez, okay. 1 run. Why? All right. That's that hurts. That sucks. That's how it ends. That's tough. That's super tough. All right, let's take a look, see how things went. Akiyama struggled. Adames was good. Suarez was good. Moustakas, Winker, Castellanos was okay. I mean, he hit 2 home runs. I'll take that. Aquino, man. Corey Lee was, you know, kind of a letdown as well. Let's take a look at our pitching. You know, I felt like overall starting rotation was quite good. What about our bullpen? Barlow, obviously, in the last game struggled a bit. Buttrey struggled a little bit. But, I mean, we just... Let's take a look at the calendar, because we just didn't score runs. 1 run. 1 run. 1 run. 2 runs. You know, the one game that we did score runs, we obviously allowed quite a few. But even against the Diamondbacks, you know, 1 run. You know, 3 runs is okay. 3 runs is okay. But we just weren't scoring. The offense just wasn't producing when we needed them to. With runners in scoring position, they just didn't do their job. So that's gonna end it, guys. I hope you do enjoy this Reds rebuild. Still, like, we still just, that World Series win in every rebuild is still kind of eluding us. So I hope that we can bring it back, get back on track, and I hope you did enjoy it. Again, guys, 1,000 likes. I'm setting the bar high. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And as always, guys, let me know in the comment section. What was the question I asked you guys? Oh, your favorite uniform. I'm losing my mind, guys. I'm losing my mind. I hope you did enjoy it. I'll catch you all in the next video. On screen now are 2 videos of mine. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. And that's it. Peace.